Hello from Glasgow. I hope you are well. So I am, as you heard, in Glasgow now, and it's a beautiful city, and we have a beautiful spring weather here. And I've been out for a long walk today and stopped for an amazing spiced tomato soup in a beautiful little cafe. Anyway, I thought we're going to have a look at the Ching Reading today. And we're just looking at the energies as usual around us and see how we can best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous day forward. So my name is Hannah and I hope you are well. Okay, so as usual, we're starting by grounding ourselves into the present moment. And we're doing this by emptying the lungs out fully. And then breathing in through the nose, into the stomach, feeling the stomach expanding. And then breathing out through the nose. And as you're breathing in, your spine rises towards the sky. Into the base of the skull. And as you breathe out, you're rooting down into the surface below you, whether you're sitting down, you're standing up, or you're lying down. And feel like there's tree roots growing from underneath the soles of your feet in all the way down into the Mother Earth below you, connecting yourself firmly to the earth energy. And then as you breathe in, the spine rises towards the sky and this crown point connects to the sky and the universe above you. So you're now connected to the above and the below. Keep on breathing in and out through the stomach, through the nose, into the stomach. Breathe in, fresh chi, fresh air. And breathe out the past, nagging thoughts. So continue breathing in and out through your nose, and now we'll start the reading. So how are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous day forward? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake, metal. So we have mountain, stillness. I actually did a reading for myself, my Qigong practice this morning, and I got stillness as well. Mountain again. So we're being guided to remain still. So stillness within. And then let's have a look at the energies over. How are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous day forward? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. So we have water. Above. That's Khan, and it's darkness. So, and also transmuting fear into courage. So it means that the fear that we felt within, we have now transmuted it without, and then we're actually taking action. Feel like this stillness within is giving us this power to transmute the fear that we feel for the next steps, and then turning it into courage. So let's see where we are exactly in the process of this hexagram. So initial 6, second 6, fourth 9, third 9, fourth 6. So this one is changing, which means we have yin, joy, stillness, so joy, lake, over stillness again. And then let's see, what is the underlying energy that sort of brought us to this place? So we've got yin, yang, yin, it's water, yin, yang, yin. And then got yang, yin, yang. So that's li. Li. Cut. So this is number 64, not yet fulfilled, which means we are just starting a new cycle. Kan li, not yet fulfilled. And that's the energy we had for a few days actually, or for quite a while, that we actually definitely stepped into this new cycle. So it's not yet fulfilled, right? That's the energy that's brought us to this point. And we're now being guided to find the stillness within us, so we can transmute this fear we're feeling. Because usually when you step into something new, like it's quite scary, because we can't really see clearly what our next steps are going to be. Maybe the next steps, but like what's waiting for us, you know, in the future, you know, a little bit further up the road. But this stillness here, as we keep on cultivating this inner stillness, is going to help us have this calm center within us, so we can start radiate joy. So we're taking these steps joyfully rather than fearfully, right? So that's what we're changing it into. So let's have a look at the exact hexagrams. We've got Kan over again, which is 39, is the energy that we are in now, and that we're like, and it's been fueled by this not yet, this beginning of our journey, so a new journey. And then let's have so lake over again, which is 31. So let's have a look at that. 38, 39, hardship. And don't get fearful because you get hardship. It's not bad. Yeah, it's just that we've had a difficult journey. So I think this is the, and it is difficult to start something new, but we can take control of it and transmute this fear into courage and joy. And that we're very much in that energy. So mutual influence. And this is the first hexagram in the lower canon. And the lower canon, the endless cycle of human affairs from already fulfilled to not yet fulfilled. Okay. This canon sheds light upon the yin aspect of natural phenomena, the tower of humanity. So this is what we are doing, what humanity is doing, more than the upper canon, which is more of the heavenly or the universal energies. 31, mutual influence. And that is metal, cutting through to see clear. And metal is actually the Dui lake, which is also associated with the element metal. I'm always keep on thinking about the minerals in the water. Not yet fulfilled, I think. Let's have a look at what energy, what element that is. It's fire. Fire. the initial spark. Okay, so hardship. Let's have a look at hardship. This is the energy that we are in now. This is the current guidance. Originally, Jan meant a lame person, difficulty in walking or hardship, trouble or obstruction. If there is misunderstanding and diversity in a household, surely hardship will result. Thus, after diversity, hardship follows. And this is, we're speaking, okay, so we are, we're just stepping into something new, and then that is difficult, right? And we're feeling all this fear, but we are being guided to cultivate this inner stillness, to remain still as well. So we're not actually doing a lot of action movement currently. So let's have a look. Actually, the beginning there, which is the third gua in the I Ching, which is the third one, beginning, is also about how difficult it is, like before, when you first take this kind of first steps, and they are linked together here at the beginning. The firm and the ill unite at the very beginning. Difficulty comes into beginning. Yeah. So in the beginning it is difficult, right? But do not become it. It's just the way it is in the beginning, right? It's nothing to be fearful of. So we can cultivate this fear into courage, right? To move forward, so we can find this joy. Actually, if one loves others and they do not respond in the same way, one should turn inward and examine one's own love. If one treats others politely and they do not return politeness, one should turn inward and examine one's own politeness. When one does not realize what one desires, one must turn inward and examine oneself in every point. We believe so much that we are, we are always looking out at what other people are doing, right? And and most people don't look in very often to what their own self are doing. We're examining other people, other situation much deeper than we examine ourselves, and it should be the opposite way, right? We should always examine ourselves. What am I doing? How am I responding? How am I acting? Right? That's the only person you can truly change is yourself. And also, all hardship actually comes, not all, but most hardship, right? Situations becomes much more difficult because of the way we are reacting, right? So if we're becoming stressed or angry or frustrated, then it's going to be much more difficult than if you can remain still within and having this peaceful, no matter what is going on around us. It could be all sorts of fearful things, right? But it doesn't matter. If you've got this inner stillness, then things becomes easier, right? And we're not adding extra drama on top of the drama that's already there, okay? And that's just constantly looking at ourselves. So if we don't get politeness back, one should turn inward and examine one's own politeness. And actually, I don't think this, and the same thing, when one does not realize what one desires, one must turn inward and examine oneself in every point. And the same thing if people don't love you, right? And it's not your fault, right? It's just that we are expressing ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. So if we don't love ourselves, then this is what we are expressing energetically, right? And it's difficult for people to sort of, I'm not saying it's difficult for people to love you, because you're lovable, obviously, we're all lovable, but it's like when many times when we are fearful, we're not showing our true self because we don't love ourselves, for example, then we're not showing who we truly are, and then people can't see that and love you for it, right? And many times we are withdrawing, for example, and we're not even giving people a chance to see who we are and to love us, okay? So it's saying we need to start looking at what do you think about yourself, right? What are your thoughts about yourself? Maybe this is where you need to begin, and then take help, of course, right? To help, finding this point, this stillness, this confidence in yourself, this love for yourself. So then your own politeness as well. And this here as well, if people are not polite, maybe you're not very polite. I'm not saying you are not expressing yourself. You're being being really rude. Maybe not, but maybe you're, again, right? Many times we are withdrawing. And then people can't see us, and then maybe we're not being very polite because we are too shy to be polite, right? We don't want to show ourselves. We don't want to be noticed, right? And then we don't get much of politeness back, and it seems like it, but it's because people might not even notice us. And then maybe we are not very polite at all. And then, of course, if we're not being polite, if we're being rude and angry and frustrated towards other people, well, this is what we are going to get back, right? It's all about cultivating this inner stillness, so that we can then transmute the fears we have, the doubts we have, into courage instead, that we can move forward confidently, and then have this inner stillness where we can start radiate joy without. And then when we are radiating joy without, we are automatically going to attract other people. But it must be true joy. It must come from this inner stillness. It cannot be like joy that we are pretending, like putting on a surface layer of joy, right? Oh, I'm happy, look at me, I'm doing all these kind of things. People can feel it when something is a bit off, right? But when we have this calm, peaceful, harmonious inner center where we actually, this joy is rising from there naturally, right? Then we are becoming like a fly paper to fly, but like a joyous paper, joy, that people are being attracted to. So this is what we are being guided to do. So let's have a look at the changing line and see more specifically where we are, like the 4-6. The fourth line has reached the bottom line of the upper gua, water, representing the darkness. It is a yin element at the yin place, but it does not respond to the yin element at the bottom. So these are supposed to responding, so the yin and yin, right? One at this place is weak and surrounded by two yang elements above and below. She has the opportunity to seek union with the yang element below, but the yang element at the fifth place is lost in the midst of darkness, water. Here, right? So this is darkness. Water is darkness, right? Thus the commentary says, going forward, hardship, coming back, union. The proper place possesses solidity. Yeah, so it means like that. Yeah, so we're not moving forward right now. Right, we are remaining still. We are finding ourselves, cultivating this inner peace, right? So then we can start moving forward from wisdom, right, and knowledge. Like, so at the time we are watching, I'm doing a lot of watching, and I can sense is the watching inwards. It's not watching outwards what other people are doing. We're watching inwards. We are watching ourselves. How am I reacting? How am I responding? Why am I so tired? Why am I feeling so sad? Why am I reacting in this kind of way, right? How can I, we're watching, but we're not judging. It's not like, oh, you're a bad person for reacting in this way. No. This is not a judgment. It's just getting to know yourself, okay? Getting to know who you are, how you are reacting in all this, right? And who you are in your true center. So we're speaking about a lot of meditation, but meditation can be when you're out walking as well. Like, you don't have to sit necessarily for hours on end on a cushion to meditate. Meditation you can bring with you on the tube, for example. You can stand there and just take a few breath in and just meditate for a minute or so whilst waiting for the tube to turn up, or you sit, or you're waiting to get off at the next stop or whatever, right? Or as you're out walking. Or meditation is not necessarily sitting in a peaceful room, right? Yeah. So let's have a look at the mutual influence, which is what we're moving into now. And mutual influence is speaking about how we're not fighting for to be seen. Oh, look at me, how good I am, right? We are finding the harmony in everything, right? So it's about giving and taking. Like, things will work out much better in any type of relationship, whether it's like a married couple or a dating couple, or if it's amongst friends or in a team at work. Like, when it's a giving and taking, then like everybody's feeling safe and can be creative and feeling open to share, right, their knowledge and their wisdom, and then we can learn from each other, and we've got this mutual influence. And when we are working in this way, then everything becomes harmonious, right? So this is what we are seeking right now. We are seeking harmony within, and we're seeking harmony without. And yeah, I think that would be the reading for today, actually. I don't think there's much more to say about that one. Stillness, harmony, so that we can become who we truly are, right? And then that we have this stillness and strength, the strength of a mountain, right? As we are moving forward on this new chapter in our life. Anyway, I hope this reading was of benefit to you, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day ahead.